Hey friends, I'm here to tell you guys a story about water. Where I am located right now is in Bellingham, Washington, and we are right along the Salish Sea, also known as the Puget Sound, and more specifically Bellingham Bay. I recently decided to do a cold swim in the ocean, more specifically regionally at Locust Beach up here in Bellingham. And one thing about Locust Beach is we have the tide that goes in and out. And when the tide is out, it's way, way out, which means there really isn't a lot of water even when the tide is in. It's a quite shallow beach. There's a lot of silt and sediment. It's an outflow estuary of the Nooksack River. And what that means is that it gets a lot of its water from upstream. That doesn't mean just the Nooksack River. That means upstream of where Locust Beach is. And what is upstream of Locust Beach? People and neighborhoods and where humans reside. Another important thing to note is that there has been a monumental amount of water in this area. Rainfall, there has been flooding, there has been snowing, followed by rain, more raining, snow melting, and more water. We've been in flood advisory for the last month and a half. So there's a lot of water draining into that beach right now, and a lot of other things. So last week I went for a cold swim. I was only in there for a minute or two. Trust me, it wasn't long. And I got out. All was good. I felt great that day. But the next day when I woke up, my face felt funny. And I was a little confused at first as I was waking up, and I was just moving my face around like, what is going on? And I get up and I go to the mirror, and my face is swollen. This whole area, conveniently where my face mask covers, but it was very swollen lips, cheeks. As you can see now, it's pretty much back to normal, but one thing that's not as super obvious on this video is that there is some plaquing, dry skin. Almost feels like there's a layer of armor that at some point will probably shed. So yeah, I woke up with that swollen face, an incredible amount of fatigue, brain fog, confusion. It was clear there was a lot of inflammation going on in my body, and I was super perplexed about it for a while, trying to figure out what on earth I did the day before. And at some point I realized, oh yeah, that water I just swam in yesterday, it's not clean. Because the thing is, I've had that reaction before, that swelling face and the nervous system inflammation that went with it, a handful of other times in the past, including following a day of staining and varnishing a deck when I was working on a ranch in Tuscarora, Nevada. I got that same reaction after spending just an hour in a conventional beauty salon. I don't do well with those stinky volatile oils, or VOCs as they're called. They really get to me. I was not just swimming in water that day. I was swimming in a lot of stuff upstream. And I'm on here because the plants, the habitat, the birds, the sea creatures, all of the flora and fauna of this bay, as well as all these other locations where there are these watersheds and these drainages into the Salish Sea, they can't make videos and tell you about this. They are suffering. And we're doing some really destructive things just simply by living the life of 2022. I don't know if I really have a solution for it. I mean, I have plenty of ideas. That's not really why I came on here. My intention today was to create some awareness and to give a public service announcement of tread with caution, water treading, if you plan to go into any of these bodies of water, especially with this significant flooding, because it is cleaning everything out from gasoline fuel, that rainbowy sheer gleam that you can see on asphalt and sidewalks. That stuff is toxic and it's going straight downstream. I just am not sure that the way that we are living is sustainable. And I think that those that don't have a voice would agree.